I don't know how many times I've gotten drunk and fell down.
Yeah,
that's all I'm trying to say.
How does classes are like that?
Yeah. So anyway, go voice your opinion now. What my 300th episode should be in the comments. Okay, so last week we did 100 years ago. Yeah, stupid. But it made me think, like, what happens if we do 200 years ago? And then I'm thinking about next week doing 300 years ago.
I don't know. That doesn't follow.
Oh, it should be an exponential curve, not geometric.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, do like 1,000 years ago after.
Maybe. I don't know. I will see how long we can keep this going, because I just keep going back and looking at old games and go, wow, that's really cool. Or, you know, there's a lot of like really just interesting things that happen, and a lot of things that also just remind me of AlphaGo too, which is kind of nice and refreshing. You know, a lot of these older games, the players are really strong at reading. Like, we're talking about really, really strong reading. And so they get into some really, really complicated situations. And the game today, unlike last week, is really between two of the top players at the time, although this is slightly before they were top. Most of you guys have heard of Shusaku, right? Hopefully. Well, before Shusaku, immediately before Shusaku, there was a whole series of really strong players, basically just hanging out in Japan, you know, doing these Go games. And the game today is between Honimbo Genjo and Kadano Jawa. And Jawa is particularly famous. You still study many of his games today. He's sort of the precursor to Shusaku. You might have heard of Jawa before because he played a very famous game called the Blood Vomiting Game, in which his opponent in Tetsu basically was playing this game, and then after the game threw up and died. He's been beaten so badly on the board. Jawa did win that game, by the way. So this game is from 1818, right? So we're doing 200 years ago. I don't actually fully know the context of the game, so I can't tell you if it was a castle game or just like a title game or what it was.
It was a Go game.
But it was a Go game, and these two players really brought it. Like, this is not a game for faint-hearted people. Like I get scared when I see games like, people talk about modern fighting games. A lot of these moves that these players make are just, you know, no prisoners. I'm losing my voice. All right, there we go. Kick started. No, almost. But either way, Jawa is black, right? The blood vomiter killer. Actually, at this time, I don't think the blood vomiting game has happened yet. That happens in a couple of years, I think. Honimbo Genjo is white. Genjo is actually he's part of what's called one of the four sages. And these were four of the strongest Go players in Japan in the early 1800s who never became the Meijin. So
that's like the highest level.
That was the highest one. And so, you know, again, there was just a lot of really strong Go happening. And there you go, this group of four players were just recognized as being like top of the top. They just, for whatever reason, never made it to Meijin. So
did they all do 3/4 for the opening here, or do we get a 4/4?
You do not get a 4/4. Right. I remember how this game goes. Okay. Maybe you get a 5/4. And so, yeah, the opening's interesting, right? First of all, we're in a cross game.
Yeah, that feels
right. I don't tend to review a lot of cross games, actually, so that's already kind of cool. We get a 5/4. We don't see this happen very often in modern Go, right? 200 years ago, though, fairly common. We see this particularly played by Genjo because he really likes the outside. Genzo kind of likes to smash things. He likes to build giant walls and then just attack you, you know, ferociously. And so that's kind of his Go style. Jawa has a little bit of that too. Jawa is a little bit of an aggressive player, but what he's really more known for is just living in like dire circumstances, like making Sibicky and just, you know, doing all the ninja things with his stones and getting out of trouble. So we have, you know, like in terms of I don't know, superhero analogies, we have like the Incredible Hulk or something, you know, something smashy. What's another smashy superhero? I'm not good at superheroes. I'm not sure if you guys know this.
The Hulk is.
It's okay.
The internet's gonna hate me when they say like when they see I don't know my superheroes, and then something ninja. Nightcrawler?
Spider-Man is good enough.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, so the Hulk versus Spider-Man.
I mean, it's happening.
Want to think of it that way?
Or not PC comics.
You're not good at Superman analogies. Why did you pick Superman analogies?
Because it gets views, okay? Everyone and their mother loves like
Yeah,
superhero movies.
it's on the clickbait. We can throw it in the
Now it's
title.
gonna get shared all over.
I know. I just don't go see
Now
superhero
the
movies.
thumbnail has to be Incredible Hulk.
I'm still supposed to go see, what is it, The Watchmen? And then, what's the one with Chris Pratt? The
Guardians of the
group,
Galaxy?
the group one.
This one.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna get so many bad comments. But I know who Spider-Man is, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so black plays here. This is considered to be, the ideal formation, right? This is still the idealized balance of power, territory, influence, right? Just immediately on the board. Historically, players really like this. White is not about let black at 2 of these, so white approaches. Black plays a 2-space low pincer.
So
And
he wants to diffuse a little bit of white's influence on the side, or?
I don't really know why, but it's very common during this time period.
Okay.
This is a very fashionable pincer.
Yeah, I just don't understand the 2-space pincer yet.
Well, you don't see. Not only is it 2-space, it's also 2-space low, which is very odd, and occasionally gets experimented with, but then falls out of favor, and gets experimented with and falls out of favor. Most modern players, you'll see the 2-space high much more frequently. 2-space low, very strange, and often only when you have other support. You're trying to build something directly. So yeah, again, this is just, we're doing 200 years ago, man. This is just in vogue, But the next move, oh man. All right, because and this was actually much more common 200 years ago. It's considered Joseki, but it's a local loss. It's a special case Joseki when you want to be just really aggressive and you want the outside.
Does he jump out?
That's neither aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Detach.
Yeah, but where?
Q9.
You mean Q8?
Oh yeah, Q8, my bad.
There it is, yeah. And so, whew, how does that move feel?
It's a lot of news, so I can't say nothing about it.
What's wrong with this move?
I mean, black gets the initiative, and I mean, Q7, if black punches there, it looks like it's really strong against the white stone over there.
Now, first of all, black can fight directly. Black can also fight this way, too. And this also just sort of pokes problems into white's connection. In the game, black plays here. This is a little more safe. Especially if white's worried that black doesn't have support, or black's worried that black doesn't have support, then you can play. This is a little bit safer of a type of move. But what is white trying to achieve? I mean, that's still my question.
I guess white's trying to build towards the center, which feels odd at this point.
Not exactly. Not exactly. And you're gonna see this type of thing being played by white constantly in this game. Okay, this is gonna happen several times over, where white's gonna lean on one side to do what on the other side?
Attack.
Attack. It's make noise in the east so you can attack in the west. So white leans over here. Just make shape, get strong, sure, directly. Invite something violent. Black just stays safe. Again, common response. And now, we can attack in the west. So that's pretty cool. What do you think black does?
Q5.
Attach? That's not a bad move. That's very close. Black plays here to put more pressure on this stone. The problem with Q5 is that even though white made all these exchanges, white's still going to treat them as kind of light.
Really?
And flexible. Maybe light's the wrong word. Let's say flexible.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly what white might do, but even just something like this might be good enough. Or even just poke and then take corner. Something like this might be just good enough. So black plays this. Black doesn't want to touch these stones. Black doesn't want to make them stronger. Black just wants to, save the defects for later. But what is white like? Hulk?
Fight.
Aggression again. Aggression.
Well, okay, but you got to get strong, right? You got to like go from like the little scientist to the giant green guy, right?
Okay, so attach somewhere?
Okay.
Oh.
Straight up.
Just get stronger. Make everything stronger out here, right? Just you know, eat your Wheaties. Do your whatever Hulk does to get bigger. What is he gets mad, right? Yeah, he's getting mad.
Yeah, just get mad.
Okay. Black plays here, and white covers. All right. So what do we think of this exchange?
I actually kind of like it for white.
Yeah, I feel uneasy for black, but
Well-
it's kind of.
How many points does white have?
0.
Basically 0. Okay, so we got 0 points for white. How many points does black get?
Maybe like
Probably like 10.
6 or 7.
Yeah, you got split the difference.
Okay.
We can probably say, you know, right around.
8 or 9 then.
Yeah. What other things does black have?
It's a black's turn.
Sente.
Sente. Black has Sente. And also one other thing, there's actually some defects. Later on, this cut could be a problem. Black gets stronger. Black also has this if black needs to get more points, just take territory. Oops. So there's some problems with the white shape.
Okay.
Whoa, I skipped ahead way too far. Way too many moves. We're at move 40, according to iPad. Okay. Black comes here. No, yes. Sorry. Flipping the board sideways. Why does black come here?
Get some points.
Get the corner, and I mean, if the wall starts pointing towards the top, then.
Where is the most natural development on this board for white?
Maybe
That
like
side.
something
This
like.
side, right? Look, you have these stones here. You have this corner here. Man, this looks very developable, right? So let's just go spoil it. White switches to territory, just to get a little bit stronger. And this looks like actually kind of like a very common Joseki, right? Except in these Josekis, black already has a stone out here somewhere. Usually, oops, there. But in this case, black doesn't. And so what would you do as white?
F3.
Be very aggressive. You'll seal in from the outside. This is normally a little bit of an overplay. It's possible if you're strong, but without any other strength, it's a little bit of overplay. However, white's going to play that later. White's going to say, you know what, this is imbalance. There's nothing interesting here. Or not interesting enough.
Looks painful.
Yeah, this is a really big move, right? Because what happened to these 3 stones?
They're in float now. Or
Yeah,
you could get
they really want to develop this way.
Mm-hmm.
Now the whole reason, right, or one of the reasons why white played this variation to begin with, is because when black makes this really strong formation, white already has a stone here sort of blocking the limit, or limiting the influence. Black can't make something really big here. So that's why there's 3 stones for these trashy stones, right? White's like, okay, that's cool. But if black doesn't even make the little base, you know, black really needs a stone about here, white will come in and put some pressure on. Now, are these stones in trouble?
They're not like dying in trouble, but they do have pressure.
Yeah, so why are they not dying in trouble?
Because you can run into the center, right?
We can run the center, and there's weaknesses here, right? So black's just going to take this Atari. White's going to turn here. And so if white connects, black, let's say black plays another move over here, maybe here. You know, pick a move to get stronger. This defect is going to become a big deal. So instead of connecting, white just fixes immediately.
Now, actually taking this stone feels a little bit smaller.
I think this stone feels very small at this point, right?
Yeah.
White's already limited the influence on 2 of the sides. But again, white's Hulk, right? So we're just making our big, strong whatevers. That's why this turn is so big. Now additionally, after white gets this turn here, moves like this start to do some real damage to this corner. So it's not just about influence, it really does actually limit the corner territory and put more pressure on the corner later. Okay, so black is feeling pretty good here. The corner's not dead. Again, black still has this Hane, and if white descends, black can still find space to 2 eyes, although white will get stronger as a result. If you were black, what would you do? What's the most interesting part of this board?
So I'm gonna put the white still back up there.
I did. Thank you.
Maybe the bottom right corner?
Yeah, so there's 2 parts of the board that are really interesting. So one is something over here. And I wouldn't say the corner. The corner, the corner's okay. The white already sort of has a base over here, quasi-base. Later on, maybe we want to invade this. Because both of these stones are low, it's a little, it's not that exciting. But this looks nice, so something over here is good. What about this?
I'd feel safer if I had another mode there as black.
How about we do a 2-space low pincer?
I mean, at least that's a natural spot that white might have wanted to finish their shape.
Oh, absolutely, right? Now all of a sudden when black comes out this way or limits this white group, we're going to either get free points or harass the group. And so that'll be pretty good. And this corner is strong too, so white will have a hard time invading directly when white comes in here. All right, this is the move you've been waiting for, right?
Yeah.
This move, I still don't like it for white. Like, I've looked at this game, I played through it a couple times. I still don't like it. It still feels like it's a little bit of an overplay. And there are some cool variations that come out. So what would you do as black? White just did this to you. You're gonna let him do it?
You split those, right?
Yes. Now, there's a great way to trick Q players. Are you guys Q players?
Yes.
Let's see if you get tricked. Next move for white is, this is the trick move. This is the trick move. What do you do? It's such a good trick. This is not the game. You guys are so tricked.
Try by the trick.
We break through, right? Break through. Atari? This one?
No, if you do that, then it's connect and die.
Show me, where?
It's E3, right?
Very nice. You've been tricked. Black can't play here, that's still an Atari. So you have to take a stone, then you get Atari again.
Yeah.
It's
Like
toast.
super sad.
Super toast. So if you find yourself in this position,
Don't break through.
You have to break
so actually you
through,
can still break through, but you can't take the Atari. You can still play these moves. But your next move has to be this cut.
Ah.
Yeah, play this one. And then you're not tricked.
I was thinking of playing F2 first before I do any of that stuff. See what he does.
What? You're gonna play here? No.
Then you like
Slap.
Connect.
No. Why?
Before any of that, I said.
That's too slow. What are you doing?
See how it goes?
So hold on. You're gonna say right here. You're gonna play F2.
No. After the split, if he does that kind of move, then play F2.
Ah, you're supposed to do this, and then you're gonna push here.
Yeah.
White loves you. I said white loves you.
you play like F4 then to
Level
just
person.
connect then, or
Level person.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Get it. I get it.
Yeah. Bad exchange. It's more interesting actually for you to play this one. If you're gonna play a move
Cool.
in this shape. Because then if white comes down, then you just cut this way.
that feels.
Because that's the move you technically want in
disgusting.
general, so might as well just play it first.
Okay, but anyway, none of that happened because, these are like two of the most awesome Go players ever. And we're looking at things that are not quite right. So black tried to break through. All right, and remember, white's Hulk, right? White likes to make noise in the east, so he can attack in the west. So where are we going to make some noise?
Maybe on the C8 stone to try to get stronger to attack.
Yeah, so where do you think we play?
I mean, we could just play D8 to attach and be like, hey.
Yeah, we could try this. This gets really violent, though.
Okay.
I don't know I didn't look at D8 very seriously.
What about Hulk, right?
In the game he plays here.
Okay.
Can't
Mini Hulk.
Hmm?
Mini Hulk with that one.
That's right. Stance, this makes shape. And then this is the move that you guys, this move's so good because you're Q players and you're scared. And you won't make this move because you're scared. Unless you're feeling really crazy. I dropped this down. I was just shaking with anticipation. Did you play here?
You're right on that one.
You're gonna play this one?
I'm gonna play that
This
one.
looks so dangerous, right?
Yep.
Look at this big, fat, juicy cut. Now in the game, Jawa does not cut. Jawa just plays the outside. But the question is, why does Jawa not cut? Spoiler alert, it's bad for black.
I'm guessing to save that stone, it's gonna put jeopardy in the other group.
So show me White's next move.
Maybe E6 or
Probably to Atari this time, right?
Which way?
Downwards.
No.
No, sorry.
No, silly cuteness strikes again.
Sorry.
So wait, you drive it.
You have to Atari this way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This is if you like get this principle. This is not just you guys, this you guys, right? But if you get this principle, you just leveled up like a full stone, right?
Okay.
You can leave weaknesses, right? If your opponent taking advantage, it means they're going to get punished somewhere else, right? You guys can all attest to that concept.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can agree to that concept, you just have to find a way to punish something else if your opponent takes advantage of the weakness. And in this case, this is the driving Tasuji, where you drive an important stone closer to something you're just going to cut through. Next move for black.
You have to save the left, right? Because if you save those are like.
Okay, let's move. If we don't save these,
Yeah.
it's a huge disaster for black, right?
Yeah.
Like now these two have a problem. White's super safe. Yeah. Okay, so we have to try to save these. We have to try to save everything. White can even play here again.
No, it's like black looks so sad on the left.
Black comes here. Actually, I think this is fun. I think black can even just play there. Yeah, or white can just play there and just that's a dead corner. Right. This corner shape can't be saved. I think the best black can do is I think spent 4, something like this. Any way to save it?
There's no way to make the other eye, right?
Well, if you do, the problem is there's this can be falsified here. Right, so that space, so you can't make it that way. If you make it this way, then this one can be falsified with Bahane.
Yeah.
So that was awful. Okay, so corner. This is a trap. Don't play it, because you will get driven into your own group and then split very strongly. So Zhao, of course, knows this, and he plays here. Spider-Man. Spider-Man knows this. His spidey senses are tingling. White plays here. Now this seems like a really slow move, right? We have the Hulk who wants to play the outside, he wants to play, just get stronger, and then just like smash things. So why does White take the time to play this move?
He doesn't want to worry about that group anymore.
It helps make a base. So that's true, yes. What else does it do?
Weakens those 2 stones?
Yeah, there's that because we Haned at the head of 2 stones, right? If we're overlapping it, now this cut is a big deal. So if black doesn't do anything, this cut is really painful. Of course, black answers. And so if you're just saying, well, this move helps us make a base, right? Well, it does, but then when black just responds here, what happened to our base?
That's under attack.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an exchange. We helped our base a little bit. But now that we're stronger here, the real benefit is we can play this way. And white's going to play very strongly here. And then come back and play this move. And so again, we made noise in the east, so we can attack in the west. Now the problem I see for Genjo is that this doesn't quite work perfectly. The shape isn't quite right for white. If this move just killed this off cleanly, like this is a great win for white, right? Because like we already have the wall here, we have a dead group, we have our super solid group. This territory can be reduced. Black has nothing down here, the game is over. So luckily for us Go fans, this doesn't kill the group and black can keep playing. White plays here to fix this cut. And now black plays here. And this is the key point. These 3 stones, in order to finish this off, really want to descend. But in order, even without this stone here, right? But with this descent, right, you have 3 stones, this is on the key point of the 3 stones. And now, obviously, if white doesn't descend, we can connect with either of these moves. And when we play this way, if we just come out, white can't hunt anymore. So this move does a lot of things. It's on the vital point in that position. So white plays here. And so maybe you can see what I mean when I said, you know, this initial move that white played really aggressively, because in the end black was just able to get out. It didn't really matter a lot. Like it felt a little bit of a not a great direction of play.
Yeah, it feels like white didn't get anything.
Yeah, and you know it was kind of white's corner to begin with the game too.
Yeah.
And if black gets out of it without being punished, definitely lackluster. Now white did get some influence, right? That does work with this influence. But after this move, it gets really hard to use it.
Yeah.
So white plays here. Black's like, I need some points. White jumps in. And now, so far, Jawa really hasn't done much attacking. White plays here. So what is this aiming at?
It's trying to keep those 2 stones really disconnected. It can't go for that 1 stone over there.
Yeah, even though these 2 stones are light, right, this is still a lot of territory. And so we're going to lean over here, right, in order to attack over here. Same kind of idea. White makes shape. And this is a really big shape point, right? If white wants to control the center, white wants Hulk smash, we need to play this move. If black is able to Atari and build up a group.
But can white hold the center? I mean, black already has a little foothold there.
Well, but here's how white's I think strategy. What white's strategy does. White isn't so much interested in building these walls for moyos. They're more like nets, right? White wants to build some strong points, especially in the center of the board, and then get in some really severe fights and drive weak groups towards them. We normally think of the best way to do that is by building a wall and extending from it to make a moyo kind of configuration. I think white knows that as well. That's its default. But even just control the middle, you can do lots of things. That you wouldn't normally be able to do because you have a strong group to run to or to run groups into. Black takes this peep, and this is really beautiful timing because after. If white wasn't going to respond here, white could just play more moves over here, right? And now this move doesn't really do anything. But white's taking a tempo. Black peeps. White connects. We make a little empty triangle shape, and now black plays this move. And so this whole exchange here, I like it a lot for black.
Yeah.
Even though white's still a little bit further out in the center, this wall doesn't feel like it's doing much.
Yeah,
these 2 stones are kind of...
For smashing, white feels like in the lower left-hand corner, he got a strange configuration of stones and no points and no black groups in danger. And then the upper left-hand corner, no black groups in danger and no points. And
Yeah.
black has a decent
Well-
upper right.
Okay, well that's not entirely true, because this group
Yeah, that's the one that's.
is not 100% here.
But, yeah.
So,
That's gonna have to change a little, but yeah.
and white has Sente.
So he's gonna go for all that.
Right, so I mean, you after this move, you can kind of still feel like, oh yeah, white does kind of control the center. Remember, white still can connect here and start harassing this thing. So the game's not over, right? Even though I like this result for black because white emphasized this direction so much and then didn't get the direction he emphasized. Game is not over. Game is not over. Black just pushes through. White covers. Black does, some interesting maneuvers to try to cut through here. They're just fighting. Again, white just emphasizes the center, stays strong. Of course, after this, white's kind of giving up on the stone, or stones. What do we think of this?
It feels like white got the outside, but like I feel like the only hope white now has is to try to kill that group on the bottom of the board. Because it feels like black just got points.
It feels like black got a lot of points, right?
Yeah.
If black can just cut through here and eat all this, or cut through here,
Yeah.
feels like a lot of points. White plays here to actually clean this. This move is really important. If black can push here and also get these points, that's a lot of points. This is a really interesting shape point that black finds. Why is this point interesting?
Because the push and cut.
Yeah, so number one, black would like to just push through here and eat all this, right? Black doesn't want to just eat one stone, black wants to eat more. So later on, we want to play here. Having a stone here, right, helps do that directly, right? This pushing here, it just ends it. There's nothing for white now. Another thing it does, again, it starts building this side of the board. And one last thing, it's on the fourth line. And if white keeps trying to emphasize the middle, you're going to want to have a few things on the fourth line.
I think you took off an extra white stone.
I feel like I did too. There we go. And white just smacks it like, no, stay out, mine. White.
Yeah.
I am the Hulk.
White, get it right. No.
It's okay.
And Genja likes the outside, right? He'll just give you fifth line territory. Just give him the outside.
I suppose you can make the.
At least white has really big potential now.
Yeah.
Like that whole right hand.
Well, it might have stuff going, right?
Yeah.
Like even though like all these local battles, like this feels like black got a lot. This feels like black got a lot. This corner's not dead yet, so it feels like black had it. Look at all the white stones, and black's not dead. Again, look at all the white stones. Black's not dead.
Yeah, it feels like Spider-Man's just running.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, right, that are potentially or were potentially weakish. Or just black plays here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for this?
Does he take the top?
No, it's 2 space low.
Okay. This
At least
time
now
it makes
pincer
more
feels
sense.
reasonable.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, of course, pincer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just out of nowhere, sure.
So wait, now is black being?
So basically, if anybody ever does 2 space pinch on you, you just attach on top.
I mean, it's a local loss, though, right? Like normally it's a local loss.
Pros do it.
I mean, about 200-year-old pros do it.
Yeah.
There are now, right, some AlphaGo variations where they play this, not quite in this Joseki, but in this kick Joseki, right? Where usually it's like low Chinese. Here, this is an AlphaGo variation. You ready for an AlphaGo variation? Black. When AlphaGo plays this, everyone's like, oh my god, AlphaGo play this. Because you don't usually come in low, because you're already, surrounded. Yeah, your base is already taken away. So AlphaGo did this, and everyone's like, oh, this is weird.
I was like, I can live here.
That's right. Well, so then white, of course, does this. All right, you don't get a base. Normally you have to stand, and you just run getting attacked. But white does this move, which is normal, if you, this is the correct refutation. This is the best move for whites. Normally black would play here, and now black plays here. This is the AlphaGo variation. Hey,
It feels like black has a lot of junk stones, but I'll go.
oh, it's total junk stones. It's
Yeah.
total.
I
It's,
mean,
it's just all
this
junk
is the sort of
stones.
thing that when you tell us this is AlphaGo, we're like, okay, I guess we have to respect that.
Yeah.
If you're like, this is a 25Q, we'd be like, yeah, that is a 25Q.
Isn't that amazing? And the other reason why I tell you that this is an AlphaGo variation because I don't understand it. Right? And I've seen AlphaGo games where they've played. She's played it a few times, right? It was one of the KJ games, right?
Yeah, I think
the
we showed
Magus
us
Master.
like one game like this where they just like it felt like
Yeah.
white was so solid, and it's like, what is black even doing?
I think this is the KJ game from the Master Series. I don't know anymore. Okay, but anyway, let's go back 200 years. We're gonna have 2-space low pincer.
like.
Now we're gonna play this move.
Okay.
So yeah,
So is that attachment almost like it's going to be somewhat hard for black to live easily in this space, and it's almost like a Sibicky-ish sort of thing?
I think so. Exactly. It's more as a Sibicky rather than necessarily going to be like get strong here, attack here.
Yeah.
It still could be that, right? If we get really
Sure.
strong, that still could be the case. But yeah, we're just looking for shape, and we don't want to give white this whole big giant.
Yeah.
Now, here's a really cool, important concept. I'm going to give you a choice. A or B? A or B?
No. B with B. Let's just play solidly so we can hurt more later.
Okay, so that's like global strategy thinking. That's good.
Okay.
But
But it's wrong.
locally, there's another shape reason to play this move. Because often you have the choice in Go when there's like a direct attachment or fight or something. You have the choice between, being severe but leaving weaknesses, or being solid and slow, not severe. In this case, and in many cases like it, your 70% of your decision should rest on the fact of what happens after you pull back. If you pull back and you can still cut like this, pulling back is good. If you hane, and it doesn't even matter. If you can pull back and hane, then that's better than this. Okay, because now you have 2 weaknesses after block extends. So if you ever are unsure if you should hane or just make safe shape, if you just pull back and your opponent still has to fix, then pulling back is good. You do this move when your opponent wouldn't need to fix here. Right? If this now makes it threatening, then play this move. Okay, that's like 70% of the situation. So
That's interesting.
there you go. I'm just giving you 2 stones worth of information already in this one game. You're all 2 stones stronger.
We'll all be 1 done soon.
That's right. That's right. Just watch 5 more videos and you're 1 done. Okay, so white pulls back, again leaving this exposed. And black plays here. So timing. Why does black do this now?
Just to take the side away from white. It feels weird because.
Because white pulled back. If white played this, black's not doing this.
Okay.
Right? Because if white plays the more severe, this is the more severe move, right? Black is going to feel more pressure over here. But because white played a little bit more slowly, black's feeling a little more generous about giving up one of these stones. And so when white plays slowly, white is has invested more in making these points. Whereas if white plays this, we have cross-cut things later, right? We might be able to eat the points from this way. But if white's playing solid from this direction, now this is a good time to eat the points from the other side. White cross-cuts as a Decisive to seal black in. Black takes the stone. Again, white takes Hulk smash. Take stone, so you do this little exchange. And instead of coming here and continuing, which would have been the natural move, white plays here. So how do we feel about that black corner?
Scared.
It's getting shaky.
Should we go save it?
The way you're asking that question makes me think that he did not.
This gives it up. Totally wasn't important. Look how many stones your opponent played, right? It was 6-3. It was a 3-stone white corner.
So instead of like
It's-
getting maybe like 2 points, you could theoretically get there, just give it up and try to destroy more of the white one.
Yes. Well, it has not as much to do with the corner as much as this part of the board. Because this is just about this many points, right? But this group is about this many points. And so this is good directional play in this case, right? Where you abandon a huge, and this is a huge, right? This is a 20, almost 25 point corner. Just give it up. Instead, play this side. All right, the next move is a move I would never find in a game. And because it just looks stupid. That's one of those moves. You guys just want to take shots at guessing stupid moves, or should I just show you?
M14.
M14, not a winner.
P15.
Oh, wait, you're white, my bad. I was
It's white.
White, sorry.
Yeah, white has to do something.
Okay,
P15.
P15, you know, you're closer than Christian.
Okay.
I was guessing it's black, sorry.
Yeah.
So you said P15.
Here, I'm just going to show you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's the idea here?
Try to threaten to take the group on the left to hammer the group on the right there.
Yeah, again, it's actually kind of a leaning attack again.
Mm-hmm.
This move looks really stupid at doing it. I'm not strong enough to tell you this is the correct shape or not.
It looks slow.
It looks really slow. We're not really getting much for ourselves. And the other thing that's really weird about it is that it's this shape, right? 2 stones and a 3 space. That's not common. That's a weird. Like, it's more common to see this, right? So this is again a weird distance for this type of shape. So yeah, we're gonna lean on this to come back and do things, mean, nasty, terrible things to this. Jawa takes. Again, Spider-Man's. It's like, that's cool. I'm just gonna do my things. Let me do all things. White plays here. Again, to help defend this point, there is a little bit of a problem here if black gets another move, right? Because black will just live or cut through.
Okay, that would be really bad.
Cut through would be really bad since we just, they're threatening, invest a move in killing off the 25-point corner. To connect, it would be worthless. So white blocks this way. Black plays here. And white plays a really interesting move that would be off my radar. Maybe it's not off yours. White plays this way. And again, this is what I mean when I say like some of these old games, especially among the top players, are like, do not give an inch. Like, there is no inch to be given. There is no compromise. Because again, what was the meaning of this move?
To keep pressure on the left to then get the right to be attacked. So I guess with this, we're trying to say, like, you can't live so simply on the left.
Yeah, you did that. Like, look, we're gonna keep this. And this is a stupid move, okay? Like, look how many ways it's stupid, right? If black takes this stone, if black takes this stone, does anything bad happen to us?
Really? I mean, we're still the same stick we were.
This
before.
doesn't change anything, right? It matters for black to get 2 eyes, but that's not threatening. If we were to connect, like, black still doesn't have 2 eyes yet. But this move, we're saying, hey, we're gonna fight a Ko for one of your half eyes. That's pretty, especially with all this room out here. That's pretty daring. Like, this is take no inch kind of move. So it's Spider-Man time. Looks at that. Looks at that. Looks at that. Plays over here. Right? Even though Genjo is you're not getting any extra space for eyes. I am crushing you. I'm going to kill you all. All these little things. Look at my giant Hulk smash. It's coming for you. Jaws is going to bounce back and forth. This is a shape that you guys probably don't make enough in your own games, but it's actually kind of a good shape. Of course, it has a problem here and here. But if your opponent does this, your shape, the flexibility of your shape, like, rises like a phoenix from the ashes. And And we'll see that very soon, so no spoiler alerts yet. Okay. Actually, that is the next move. Whoops. Make sure to go forward before I...
No spoiler alerts.
More spoiler alerts. Ah, it's happening. So, black to play. Now you have a go problem. Rise, my phoenix, rise.
Oh, 15?
This one?
Yeah.
Or that one?
Sure.
Okay.
That's what he meant.
Why this one? Like this, yeah, sometimes this is good too, but why this one?
Forces the run out because you can't really cut there.
Well, also, if black is strong here, what happens to the white corner?
Looks ugly.
Okay,
It's
good,
just
it looks
one
ugly.
stone.
If we do this, what looks ugly over here? Nothing directly, right? Like we play the side where we can take advantage of the shape later. White plays this move, which again sort of reactivates the stone in a different way. So instead of running out, we can just Atari and Atari. It's also worth some points. And furthermore, what's really happening if white doesn't play this, and black is able to lean on this, and there's still defects over here, black will be able to make a bunch of shape in the center. So white takes that shape point. But now it's black's move again. Again, the flexibility of the shape, right? It can lean over here, it can surround, it can lean on the corner. It's very nice. It's very nice. Again, black is just leaning on everything. Just
feels like
this little Spider-Man, crawling, swinging from building to building.
It feels like black is this moving stone very fluidly or something.
Yeah, white comes under. The Atari, even though it's an empty triangle, that starts to make eye shape, right? One extension. And black looks at this and goes, you tried to attack this. You tried to attack this. I feel pretty good.
Really?
Really?
I just feel like
It's Spider-Man, man. You can't kill Spider-Man.
You just feel like you want just like make the group on the left live and say I win. So,
You mean this one down here?
no, the like one in the middle of it.
Oh, this one. Yeah, that would be.
I would say that one.
But he's Spider-Man.
Okay.
You're out. So we're not gonna. I think I only want to play like 140 moves or so.
Yeah.
But I do want to tell you what happens at the end of the game because it's funny.
Does black win by a half point?
Spoiler alert, Kyle. Anyway, this is a huge move, right? In terms of points, this wall is really only as strong as long as this stone can't start running out.
Okay.
So this and this stone, not only does it start to threaten this thing, this base is not super strong either, right? So you might be saying, hey, let's just take a move and make this strong. Or let's take a move and like try to live down here. But this activates a lot of things. It gets really scary for white. So white decides to deal with this first. White's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Cut. Oh, here's a question. Does this move work for white? Does this do anything?
It must be no because he didn't play it.
Must be no. But you just cover on top, right? Or does white go next? I mean, you can keep crawling, but you run into these two stones, right?
So I guess do the cut then.
Yeah, then you have to come back and do the cut anyway.
Yeah.
But then black has still shape. It doesn't really change anything. These two stones are really good exchanges for black, right? Because these two stones really limited this stone's options. So the only move is to cut. And actually, in this case, white just changes the order. White still does this. White has nowhere else to go, so he just has to come back and take this stone. Black squeezes. Squeeze. One more push. And there. Spider-Man.
Yep.
Did white get a base over here?
Mostly a base.
He's alive pretty decently.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
not-
either kill the one stone or like.
We can make an eye there. We can descend
right,
here.
yeah.
This is strong enough now. Like I wouldn't say it's super strong, but it's strong enough. So white did profit a little bit, but look at the white shape.
That's really bad.
All right, next important question: is this black group alive?
It's like very close.
It's so close. It's really close. But white has some questions.
I mean, at this point you would have to, right?
So white peeps here, or not peep, but like this hits the shape point. Black has this shape point though. Remember this group? We were all worried. Sad. Black.
Man, that white corner in the bottom was the corner of a billion free moves for black.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Check out this white stick. This was white's board. White had 2 stones over here.
Yeah.
Right, and a pincer.
And those 2 stones joined each other on the second line.
White plays here. All right, at this point, what is the status of this black group?
It is
So if black wants to play.
semi-alive. It's got 1.5 eyes for sure.
If you play.
So it has 1.5 eyes, we can just live right now, right?
Mhm.
So find me the move to have black live right now.
Doesn't P19 just live?
P19 here?
Yeah.
No. Kawai.
Oh.
Okay, try again. This is a fun game. 1 move to make black live. How about here? Two eyes, right?
You play oh whatever.
There.
Yeah. Okay. That one doesn't work. How about here? White will play move here and then do this.
Okay.
So this?
But then you can just poke at that eye entirely.
Well,
Oh.
there's this. This move.
Ah. That was a fancy one.
I know. I just saw it now. Kawai. So no matter what black does, black can't actually live cleanly. But he's Spider-Man, so it's okay. Black makes shape, white peeps, and black plays this ko. This is a better ko than all the other kos, right? Because this is going to get black points if black wins. Furthermore, not only does it get black points, how about the status of this group?
If it gets cut off up there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Yeah, so there's a rule. If you're counting, now there's still this stone here, right?
yeah.
So this stone is interesting because white can capture it. But if black can play here in Sente, then he can't. But the rule is, here's the rule. If you have 6 in a row, you need 2 more moves to live in a row. If you have 7 in a row, you just need Sente. You just need 1 move. If you have 8 in a row, you do nothing. You're alive.
You're alive, yeah.
Okay, so if you, again, learn if you're making second line groups, 6 dead, 7 is meh, 8 is alive. So this reduces it down to 6, right? So with this ko, this is also really dangerous for white. White's going all out. White's the Hulk. White is not scared. White takes the ko. First ko threat. Block. They actually don't take the ko immediately. Black cuts first. I will not explain the significance of that.
I guess the card's worth more.
I'm not explaining.
Yeah.
Actually, I should explain 'cause this goes on for a while. Black is making all these exchanges right now. Okay, now that this group is totally cut off, right? Now black takes the cut.
You need a pretty
Is
big
now this
cover
like
now.
the code for the whole bottom corner? Can black even escape anymore after all those exchanges? Is it just like one of them kills everything down there?
Yeah.
Black can still kind of escape with this move.
No, I think he means white.
Oh, white can't. White.
I did mean black. He obviously cut off white, but I was trying to
I mean,
figure out.
there's still defects here. And these 3 stones can be attacked, so it's not over. But yeah, this is like we now have a code for this whole part of the board.
Exactly.
You need a really big threat. Like,
Yes.
I don't know how you get a big enough threat.
Local threat.
Okay, that makes sense.
What is this move? They're not even fighting the Ko. They're just taking away all the shape points. Again, this threatens to Peep and Atari. Some black blocks here. Tetsuji.
Yeah.
Black has to come this way and it still has a cut problem. This is a very nice move. Alright, finally, we respond to the actual threat. After we make all these exchanges, white takes back. Black is the threat. White. Connect. Oops. Connect. Take Ko. Alright, how many eyes does black have?
Black has 2 if he gets the Ko and 1 if he doesn't.
That's right, so the Ko is 1 eye, still same situation for black. How many eyes does white have?
1 eye if they...
Same situation, right? It's still 1 eye plus Ko.
Now
right?
one of those large groups is going to die.
If one of them's dying, I would be very surprised if
is
they
that
both
true?
live.
These are not games for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
White plays here. Now, again, I believe, I assume, it's more of an assumption, I guess, that this game, given the 2 players involved and the time period, would not have had time limits.
Okay.
Right, so the players are doing, just massive amounts of reading here in order to figure out how this Ko fight is going to work out. This is not a blitz,
Does black take the Ko now?
Baduk TV 30-second Yoyomi game.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh my.
Otherwise, that white group could live. I
Yeah.
don't want that white group to live.
I get the Ko. All right, black, what do you got?
Well, yeah,
Black plays here.
there's still some local threats now.
That's exactly right. So all the USC's local threats get played. Well, we can keep track of captures, sort of. Actually, no, we won't. We're not going to make it to the end. Black takes the Ko.
Whoa.
Ah, okay. So it resolves all peaceful life.
Wow. I guess they do both live.
They both live.
Well.
Okay.
Black got less vicious there at the end.
Well, here's the nice thing about black's position, though. These 4 stones are no longer strong.
Yeah.
Or I'm not. Well, we're never really strong, but even though they're not strong, they're not going to die either. Black has 3 weaker stones right next door.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's 4 stones here, all of a sudden take a lot of pressure off this group, right? Because black has something to lean on to make shape over here. And in fact, because it's black's move, I want to do one more move. I don't even look at the iPad. I know the next move. See, I've played the game before.
Okay.
Black's going to do this as the next move. I called it. I'm going to play another one. White's going to do that. I'm going to put the iPad down at this point, because I'll just talk a little about what happens here at the end of the game. Black event. So as it is, right? Alive, captured, kind of some points. Black points. It's black's move. If white's points until white plays here, black plays here, but black actually comes back to live here at this point in the game. It was probably about 50 moves ago when white played down there and black tanuki'd. Black gets this to be at least alive enough to fight. And all these white stones on this side of the board are actually going to come under attack and have to link back up to this group. And in doing so, black's going to solve all the other remaining problems in the center of the board. White's not going to get any territory. White actually does connect to this later and actually fights through here to attack this group, amazingly, during all this sort of inner fighting and shape making. But in the end, this group can't harness a strong enough attack on this, and white's out of resources, and black has, after this is alive, and this is alive, and this is alive, and this is alive, white has no points. And so white resigns. And so Spider-Man wins against the Incredible Hulk,
So that white group though on the bottom left connects to the 4 stones in the center like that?
Yeah, this group ends up with no eye shape, and it's got to run all the way through here, and
That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
So moral of the story, just go back and kill what you're supposed to kill.
But that takes so many moves, though.
I think the
White already had like 6 moves to 3, and
I
then
think this
and then
moral of the story is the same as AlphaGo, just Tanuki.
just
Worry about
Tanuki.
it later.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, my level, I haven't watched a professional review of this game or seen any like actual commentary. The things that I learned, right, or that I notice, again, this result feels real bad for black, right? And so the real problem move that I see is actually this white move.
You mean it
Just being
feels
too
good
aggressive.
for black?
Hmm?
You said it felt bad for black.
Oh, I meant it feels bad for white.
Yes.
I get my colors
Because
confused.
like
Black and white are so similar, you know? Like,
yeah, there's like one's like the total abundance of light and color, and the other one's the total absence.
hey, they're both total color things.
Yeah.
Right? It's really similar.
Really high on the totality.
I mean, they both play on alternating turns, so
Yeah, but it just feels like after white plays here, white never gets this half of the board going. Like everything is just a little bit too inefficient.
I don't
And
know.
that gives Spider-Man too much time to just live all over the place.
It did feel like White at least did somewhat good at leveraging, even though I felt like he was like behind. But I mean, with giant attacks like that, I mean, he obviously is really good. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you look at that early board position, you're like, there's no potential here,
yeah,
right? And still found a game.
So is that H16 ever followed up, like the black move?
Yes.
What comes
Oh, actually, no. I think this might be resigned like this on the board. 'Cause I think they resigned before this gets moved out. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, actually, I know it is because yeah, at the end of the game, this white group is still trying to connect to here, and black hasn't done this yet, which will just create more problems for everything. Yeah. So anyway, this is again two of our ancestors of Japanese Go from 200 years ago. 200 years ago.
Da-dum-tsh.
Yeah. Okay. Was it good? You guys want to play Go?
Sure.
Do it.
You don't have to. We could play Yahtzee.
Who plays Yahtzee?
I don't know.
well, players Chelsea.
Okay, thank you guys.
What?